Some guys play tough. Chuck Zito is tough. In the late 90s, he was impossible to ignore on Oz, where he played Chucky Pancamo, the menacing yet oddly charismatic lieutenant of the Italian gang inside Oswald State Correctional Facility. But for Zito, the role wasn't an act. It was an extension of his real life. His resume before Hollywood read more like a rap sheet than a casting call. Born in 1953 in the Bronx, Zito didn't study criminal psychology to prepare for a role, he lived it. A former president of the New York Hells Angels, he was outlaw royalty. He didn't just wear the leather cut, he earned it, riding with the infamous biker gang and enforcing its brutal code. His path to acting was anything but typical. While most actors struggled to break into Hollywood, Hollywood came to him. As a bodyguard for A-listers, Sylvester Stallone, Liza Minnelli, Mickey Rourke, and Jean-Claude Van Damme, he built a reputation as the guy to call when you needed real protection or a tough presence on screen. His big break came when Oz creator Tom Fontana cast him as Chucky Pancamo, a role that required little acting but plenty of presence. Zito wasn't just another hired bruiser. He was the real deal. His reputation followed him everywhere. Behind the scenes, Hollywood insiders whispered about his past, his rumored underground dealings, and the quiet menace he carried. Chuck wasn't acting, one former Oz crew member recalled. He just was that guy. In 1998, Zito made headlines for knocking out Jean-Claude Van Damme with a single punch at Scores, a high-end New York strip club. According to Zito, the action star had been running his mouth, so he shut it for him, an incident that only cemented his legend. "Talk shit, get hit," he later said, summing up his philosophy in one brutal sentence. Despite his screen presence, Zito never fully broke out beyond Oz. After the show ended, he drifted in and out of the industry, appearing in Carlito's Way, Sons of Anarchy, and various minor roles that never quite captured his essence. Instead, he found his niche on Hollywood's fringes, running a security company, dabbling in reality TV, and never abandoning the outlaw code that defined him. Then came Sons of Anarchy, a show Zito insists was stolen from him. He claimed he pitched a nearly identical biker drama to FX, only to be dismissed. "I went to FX with a show about outlaw bikers, and they told me they weren't interested." Then, a year later, Sons of Anarchy appears. His lawsuit against FX and creator Kurt Sutter went nowhere. But the accusation lingers, a reminder that Hollywood loves outlaw stories, but rarely plays fair. Wise guys, lend me your ears. I'm now an Audible associate, which means you get a special deal. Sign up with my link and get a free Audible trial, a whole month to binge your favorite books. Think Donnie Brasco, The Godfather, Wise Guy, Casino. All the classics to get you feeling like Tony before a sit-down. And hey, if it's not for you, forget about it. Cancel anytime, no strings attached. Don't miss this chance to turn your downtime into a story straight out of The Sopranos.